We are continuing our focus on mental health and some of the things that you can do to put a focus on yourself. Dr. Jessica Houston is a transformational speaker and coach and joins us now with what we can do to take better care of ourselves. Dr. Houston, thank you so much for being with us. Let's get right to how important is it to actually make some time for self-care?
Yes, it's so important. And the thing is, a lot of times people think it's something that you do to reward yourself for working hard, but really it's an obligation. You are obligated to take care of yourself. You are obligated to prioritize yourself. And I know that might not be what everyone is accustomed to hearing, but if you're not in a good place, then how are you going to be a good wife, a good husband, a good aunt, a good friend, a good colleague? So when you take care of yourself, you're ultimately serving those you love as well.
So I guess just start from the beginning, break it down. What exactly does self-care mean?
Yeah, it really means that you are valuing yourself. In a nutshell, that's what it means. I value me enough to take care of myself. I value me enough to be aware of when I'm overwhelmed, of when I'm frustrated, when I'm triggered, when I'm feeling anxious, because it's also about evaluating how you are feeling. Sometimes we are so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, of work, family, friends, that we totally forget ourselves. And so when you are in a position to be aware of how you're feeling, you're really positioned to improve upon how you're feeling.
So give us some real life examples. What are some of the small things that we can do right now to start our self-care journey?
Yeah, so one of the things I've been doing for years is just having a solid morning routine. So before I spend time with anyone else, I'm spending time with myself. So you can start by getting up 30 minutes earlier, doing some exercise, meditating, journaling, watching motivational videos, just doing something that will uplift you. For example, I love to listen to uplifting music. So that gets me going every day. And just setting my intentions for the day, writing out what I want to accomplish, and just reflecting on what it is that I am grateful for. So it doesn't mean that you have to go and get a pedicure or a massage. Self care can be something that you do in your home every single day.
I love that you clarify that because self-care doesn't have to cost you money. And that 30 minutes, I tell you what, I've started doing that too. And that's such a special time that I have in the morning before the kiddos are up, before my husband's even up. And people underestimate how much you can get done before the rest of the world wakes up. So I love that pro tip. Tell us more about journaling. How do we go about getting started and how effective is it when it comes to self-care?
So it's very effective because again, a lot of times we are not really paying attention to how we are feeling. So when you feel like just off a little bit, it's really good to write down how you are feeling. One of the things that I do is I write myself a question and then I answer the question. So for example, I might say, what's stopping you? If there's something that I really want to go after, but I'm hesitant about it, I'll ask myself that question. Or I will ask myself, what are you afraid of? And those types of questions cause me to really self reflect and just get them out. A lot of times we're holding in our emotions, but when you release them, you feel so much better.
Wow, that's deep. I mean, asking yourself, what are you afraid of? And then putting yourself in a position where you have to write down the response. That seems like that could
Yes.
be a really transformative process.
It is. It is. I found a lot of things out about myself simply by journaling how I was feeling and writing out what's stopping you gets me every time. Because most times it's fear and perfectionism for me anyway.
Yeah, I think a lot of us busy working professionals, moms, wives, we can all relate to that. What's your message to people looking to take on a new challenge, but they're dealing with some tough issues?
My message is This is what separates those who achieve and those who give up. Because the truth is, in life, you're always going to have something that you can be concerned about, something that you can be frustrated about. But you have to decide that what you are desiring to accomplish is more important than the tough experience that you're facing right now. Because a lot of times what we'll do is, well, you know what? I'm going to wait until I get through this and then I will pursue going back to school. Or I'm going to wait until the kids are out of school and then I will start on my book. Like, you're going to always have something that can stop you. You're going to always feel like you're up against a challenge, and that's just a part of growth. So for me, it's important that I'm not allowing how I'm feeling, because your feelings can lead you astray. I'm not going to allow how I feel to stop me. I'm going to give myself grace, not put a lot of stress on myself to hit a goal by a certain timeline, but say, you know what? I don't care if you just take one small step in the right direction today. That's enough.
Right, because the time is never going to be perfect. The time is right now. And I like how you're telling us to sort of separate our emotions from real pragmatic action. I think that is amazing advice. Before we go, briefly tell us how you're helping authors build their speaking business as well.
So yes, I am the founder of Elite Speakers Institute, and we help coaches, authors, experts build authority. We help them to speak on more stages. A lot of times they're looking for more visibility. And so those are the types of skills and strategies that we're helping them to accomplish.
Dr. Jessica Houston, transformational speaker and coach, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your insight.
Thank you for having me.